I am live after a while. Hello, peeps. Welcome to Saturday Night Spooky Stories. Bagheera Tantan Niku. Stay down. Down. Hello. I haven't shared the live link to anyone. Down. 1 second. Wait. Undakinda. Down. Stay. Are there any loyal subscribers who are watching it? No. There aren't any loyal subscribers. My hair is like shit. Someone is actually. Oh, who the heck is this? Charana Vanendra. Birthday boy అని చెప్పి వదులుతుంటారే. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you, Chiran. Bagheera, stay down. Down. Thank you. Sorry, I was talking like a fool. I've kept on myself on mute. I'm talking like a fool. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Welcome to Saturday Night Spooky Stories. The link is in the description and in the live chat too. If you've got a ghost story to share, come join the session and share your ghost stories. It's been a while. I haven't been doing this for last 2.5 months or so. I don't know when was the last session even, but I am kind of back. So let's get started. Hello, Srirag. Hello, Swapnil. Swapnil, I don't think this is your first time. You've joined these sessions earlier too.
Hey,
Hello, Srirag.
hi.
Yeah.
How's the weekend basically? About this horrors? Basically, we are listening a long time. Suresh is still not. I believe he's still. Yeah, yeah. Hi.
Hi, I am
Right, right.
Suresh. I am Suresh.
Oh, okay, 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 right, right. Okay,
Hi.
okay.
Oh, have you been in the sessions earlier, Srirag?
I was been the last, like basically before the break. Basically, there was a one time I just joined.
I guess I would have. No one else was hosting this. It would have been ideally Deek would have been hosting. He wasn't, so it should be me.
Okay, it was you itself. If I'm not, I'm not sure. Like basically, there was a. I don't like the topic which we discussed about the dog, right? If you remember that pet which I had.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Ah,
Oh
that
yeah,
is
I guess
one
that was the last
experience.
session. Yes, yeah,
Right, right, right. And after that, you have one break.
yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
I have.
So people are still yet to join, I believe.
Sorry.
The people are still yet to join.
Yeah, I doubt anyone would join. It's been a while. I started doing these sessions. Like I've stopped doing these sessions, so people have lost interest.
Okay. It's about taking the time, actually.
Yeah, so I don't want to push. I just want to make it a habit again. I'll take it slowly this time. Hello, Rohit. Long time no see. You guys want to turn on your cameras? I'll switch on the.
After a very long time, we are meeting.
Yeah, yeah, man. You guys, if you guys comfortable, you can turn on your cameras too. I just switched it on.
Hey, hi.
Hello, hello,
Yeah, hi, Rohit.
hello. Hi, guys.
Hey. I was just a recent member and you took a break, so it was like, yeah, the spooky story is getting spookier enough.
I had a lot of personal things going on. I
Hmm.
was moving, I was
Hmm.
changing places, then I was moving here and there. So I was traveling a lot. I was
Okay.
traveling on every Saturday, and
Okay,
on
okay, nice,
Saturday
nice.
wherever I had a break, I was taking rest. I did not have enough time. So finally, I found some time this weekend. Hopefully, I'll try to continue it in the coming weekends too. There is a lot of things I've stopped doing. I have to continue all those
Okay,
things.
nice.
I've stopped working out. I've stopped posting my dog videos, and he's not. I
I hope you got some new stories in in the break that you took.
net I haven't experienced anything, and I haven't really interacted with many new people in the recent times. Though whatever I've been occupied with a lot of personal work, where I was spending a lot of time with my family. So nothing apart from that. I haven't heard
Okay.
any stories. So I guess maybe I can hear you from you guys if you've gathered any stories from your friends. Get married, huh?
Still to visit certain places, basically. I just thought of roaming around to certain haunted areas. So, like last time when I said about Andheri, it has been long years back. Like I never visited that cemetery.
Oh, which one? In
So
Andheri in Mumbai?
that is a church which is in Mumbai. So that is one of the thing I just wish to
Hmm.
again join back. There is a this one, Ghostbusters team here in Andheri.
Oh,
So they have that equipments basically which have that magnetic
is that guy
Oh,
environment
in the
like
that
this.
is so comedy equipment they carry. That magnetometer and it shows
Right,
in which
right, right.
direction the ghost is.
who?
Yeah, actually, that is like these people have lots of equipment. Huh? These people are not that comedy of equipment. They have invested more than lakhs for that equipments actually in these people who is in group of Andheri actually.
They're much more
So they
skilled.
roam around. They have Vishal.
Hi, sir.
Hi.
I think Vishal has dressed up like a ghost this time, this camera.
Please wait a minute. We'll do something about
So
this.
the boo part is also here. Can you see him by any chance?
Oh yeah.
See the spooky I've written here.
Oh, the background matches the color, I believe.
Yeah, you can't even make out. Bagheera, down, down. Whoa. He's acting all lovey-dovey now, like he wants to be part of this one. Like Bagheera. Oh, people on YouTube can see me. Who are watching on YouTube can see him live properly, but no, I guess not. Not okay, okay, okay. Chal.
Yes, now we can see him.
Yeah. I have to sleep on this bed, and this fellow is actually ruining the entire bed for me. I have to again once. Bagheera, no, stay down. Okay. I wish at least this can get me some good views. Hey, oh, can we get?
So, story is yet to be defined for the ghost
Yeah.
and the Ghostbusters.
Ah,
So, do they share any stories that the Ghostbuster in Thane that you said? They have uploaded any stories?
That's an Andheri basically. It's a long time. Like I never seen them then later part. They still have that like monthly, once at a time. They define a place and they go all together.
I mean,
For
So
ghost hunting?
that
of
isolated location hunting.
right?
So they
Paranormal
yeah,
society. No, not paranormal.
yeah, Paranormal Society. There's a big team in there. So not like they have a certain haunted place defined 15 or like 2 weeks before, and they stay there entire night,
Oh,
and it's like all the people will be isolated in one particular area. They will have their equipment, one equipment, and that will be radios and like wireless device they use. It's a big unit. I forgot their name. They have revised their name of the group actually.
I mean, does the guy wear specs in his shot? And there are many YouTube.
He has a long hairs, like a pony kind of.
Yeah. And there's a lady
So
who claims to be a psychic, and she'll go to the place and she'll say, "Okay, I feel something here. I can sense
she
something."
is not a psychic actually. There's a lady, but she's not. She's a doctor. She's a doctorate degree holder, but she is in this group. So since the initial,
Wait, I'll tell you.
so this started in 2011.
Yeah,
She's a doctorate, and she still have that craze of uh, ghost.
I mean, doctorate. You mean doctorate, or is she a doctor proper?
She's a doctor. She used to be a psychologist, and what is I forgot her name. She's a Maharashtrian lady itself, 45, 48 years old. And now she will be 45, 48. At that time it was 32 when I met. So it has been long time. 2011 which I am speaking about. 2009, yeah.
Wait, I'll tell you.
Okay.
होगा अच्छा 45-48 साल तो होगा आराम से.
उतना हिंदी आता नहीं भाई 45 48
हाँ,
the numbers we know is 20 के बाद हिंदी numbers.
Right. So that is what.
Wow.
Thank God I speak Marathi. Rohit, you know Marathi, right?
Yes, I can speak fluent Marathi. So, Vishal, do you have any story to share with about a ghost? Yeah, now you're looking.
So actually, yeah.
Now you are in
Next
that.
problem.
Now I think you are in heaven, like me, with white background.
Are their names Sarab and Sarba and Pooja? Are those the guys? Horror stories. Pooja Vijay and Sarbjit Mohan Sarbjit.
वही group है. Right. Pooja Vijay.
Yeah, Pooja.
And there's another Christian guy also. I forgot his name. Sarbain नहीं है, एक और बंदा था. That big hair. I forgot उसका Sarbain group ही है. They have changed their name actually. Now they have two groups segregated. उन्होंने ऐसा change किया.
I mean, I don't want to call them out. I mean, maybe they're doing something nice. I don't know, but the videos which I've seen, I tried watching a video of them recently. They've gone to a forest.
They're comedy now. No, they are more comedy into.
It was not even a forest or something, or I guess it was a forest. They've been there. The lady stands there and she'll ask him, "What do you feel?" She narrates some random story. She'll say, "Okay, I sense this kind of a bad there's like and it feels like a fake movie story that is being narrated there. It doesn't feel genuine sort of thing. I don't know. Maybe she could be telling the truth and she's actually feeling something. But for me it felt so cinematic rather than being natural. It felt so cinematic.
What these people do is they go into the Kabristan, have that 1 hour or 2 hours time in the night, like midnight 12:30 or 1:30 odd times. They have a group, So they visit like the last. I remember when I was in Nasik, they had a this Kabristan.
Hmm.
So they all like it was that time it was a big unit. It was like 15, 20 people. Now they are hardly 7 or 8. So like few of the people had that like haunting dreams later part when they go home back. So people left that group and was like, this is hampering my brain and mind. So I don't want to be in the part of the group, and they left. So if that is a Nasik Kabristan where we went, there was a old madam, like basically she was elderly, 65, 70, and she narrated her own stories of life where she met
Okay.
her ancestors in that place. And they used to have this card game, that board game actually.
Okay.
सब लेकर आता था एंड वहां पे ही कब्रिस्तान में हम लोग खेलते थे.
You played there with them, or did she narrate this?
No, they play that board game in that Kabristan and they call the ancestors.
Oh, man.
So that is much more scarier at that time. Now they have just revisited and they have just made sure that these people are not hampering their personal life later part. So that was to be very scary at that time.
I mean, if you guys have seen these videos, there is a team called in YouTube. There are two guys called Ryan and Shane. Karke. They used to be part of BuzzFeed. BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed.
BuzzFeed. There is a big YouTube channel called BuzzFeed, under which there was one of the sub programs called BuzzFeed Unsolved. So where they go to these so-called haunted places and they go investigate there, and they come back and they narrate they telecast the intensity and then they talk about it. That's a great the way. And the way the setup is, one guy is a believer and one guy is a non-believer. Shane is a non-believer. He is not scared, and Ryan is a believer who is pretty scared. So they have a proper script way to portray it. I mean, whatever they do is not fake, but the way it is nice. And most of the time, they never really try to prove that there's a ghost there. It's all about the experience. It is all about the experience. How a person who feels that there is actually something, what would he feel? And the person who doesn't believe in these things, if they who looks at everything rational, looks for a rational explanation and all the things, how does
Is it this one, Ryan Ghost, which I'm seeing, if I'm not on Ryan Ghost official?
No. It's called Watcher. Now they've started their own channel called Watcher.
Okay.
Watcher. They in that they create this program called Ghost Files. They every year they go to 10 or odd places and they make a 10-episode series every year.
Same, yeah.
Yeah.
Same. These people also used to go like and that Baptist church in Andheri. So it's all like it's been demolished. It's like only a half of the structure still remaining with that bell. And in Nasik they had that Kabristan, that was a different one altogether. There are few groups in Mumbai like who have this travel place defined.
Oh, I've been seeing those things. Ghost tours karke. Many are coming up recently. Ghost tours.
Even Nandi Hills, which I heard is like something scary, yeah.
I haven't heard stories. I know Nandi Hills is now pretty crowded. I mean, anyone from Bangalore. I guess Prasanna, you're from Bangalore, no? Or you're from Hyderabad?
No, I wanted to ask. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask him which Kabristan in Nasik, because I am from Nasik.
I
have not heard of it.
This is like a
Muslims thing, right? Muslims.
Muslim का है, वो राजा था. Who is that? Have you seen that movie, recent one of this one actor Akshay Khanna?
Akshay Khanna horror.
Dhurandhar.
No, not Dhurandhar. It was about
That
like
Chhawa.
Chhawa, in that like he has like,
Aurangzeb.
No, Baba. This is the movie where I forgot the name now. It has showcased that church, this Kabristan.
It's a horror
Who is
movie.
the Shivaji's? Shivaji's son, Chawa. That's the movie. Chawa.
Sambhaji.
संभाजी
Sambhaji Maharaj.
महाराज. सो जहाँ पे उसको मारा था, दफनाया गया ना, वही नासिक का कब्रिस्तान में हम लोग बैठते हैं पूरा ग्रुप.
So, what is the story behind that?
About the Chawa movie.
Not the movie, the whatever, the Kabristan, the graveyard.
That graveyard is not that good for like being a Hindu. Like basically, the people have that spooky areas defined for certain other religions, right? So they have created that environment and that place for that, and they want to shut it down for a different reason. So they have just made that place as a haunted. Actually, it is scarier. The way it is when that smell as well as that people out there are a bit dogmatic. Basically, they preaches that blind belief much more. The Muslims over there.
No, but
I don't think
Sambhaji Maharaj's burial it happened in Pune, I think, not in Nasik.
ना नासिक में है ये है कब्रिस्तान है, मेरे को मालूम है उधर अपना शिवाजी का ये है कोई तो अपना दिखाया भी है नासिक में. तो दरगाह भी है क्या ना, एक दरगाह के बाजू में एक कब्रिस्तान है. बहुत अलग एरिया वो, ढूंढना पड़ेगा. 2011 का बात करो, अभी तो रहेगा ना कब्रिस्तान, तो अभी भी दे मूवी में भी दिखाया था.
अब तक तो कहाँ होगा कब्रिस्तान, इतना सारा कंस्ट्रक्शन चल रहा है, नदियां ही नहीं बच रहा. वी आर नॉट इवन एबल टू सेव आवर द लेक्स. लाइक कब्रिस्तान का क्या, दे इजीली.
मैं तो वही तो बोल रहा था, मेरे घर के बाजू में पारसी कुआं था, वो भी बिल्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्शन बन रहा है. तो मैं बता रहा हूँ वो एक्चुअल फैक्ट है. घर का यहाँ से दिखेगा मेरे को
पारसी
रात को, पारसी कुआं, पारसी बावड़ी इधर से दिखते हो, लेकिन
the only time I've gone to Mumbai is in my 10th long year, many years back. The only thing which I remember in Mumbai is that Parsi old graveyard where it's a forest sort of thing, and I vaguely remember. That is the only thing which I remember.
ये पारसी कुआं से दिखे, इसके अंदर से दिखे वो पूरा बिल्डिंग है. ये ग्राउंड के बाजू का जो है पारसी कुआं है. ऐसा खिड़की से दिखता है, लेकिन लोग को अभी भी यकीन नहीं होता कि वो बिल्डिंग बन गई है ऐसे.
But I don't know where is it, but it was long back. They've showed us one big Parsi grave burial ground, saying that they come and they leave. That stuck with me. So I guess maybe I just narrate on top of it, or I create stories on top of it. But there is one big Parsi burial ground in Mumbai, right?
Yeah.
I don't.
Because Parsi population in Mumbai is huge, actually.
Yeah.
Like most Parsis live in Mumbai.
And that area, as a school kid, when I've been there, that stuck with me, and that is at least back in 2000. That was in 2006 or 2007, or 2004 or 2003. It was so isolated. The place was so isolated. It was scary even in the afternoon when we've gone there. I don't know how is it right now though. Is it still
Yes. ऐसा होगा वो अपना एक और है ना, मलबार हिल में भी है ना पारसी कुआं.
Which is the biggest one? Which is like in a forest sort of thing. Tower of Silence. Okay. Dongriwadi, I guess this is the one.
शिवरी के ऊपर का?
No, I guess this is Malabar Hill, near Malabar Hill, which is spanned across 55 acres of wooden area. This is.
हाँ वो बंद कर दिया अभी. That is no more. That they have stopped dumping. Even that Ratanji Tata, like Tata chairman, basically he also was been done in the same way. But that is actually a true fact. Like they have made his body kept over there, but I am not sure like is how much true. So they have done that the same way.
Traditionally, the Zoroastrian. I'm just reading through that. I thought that was long back.
No, few of the people still believe it, and they have that tradition passed on. So
okay,
the Tatas normally do it. Cyrus, I am sure, one who was the secretary of the son, you can call of Tata. So he was also done in the same way. And even when you go in Alibag, like Manori, there's the first resorts which you see. It's all of Parsis. You cannot go into that resorts. Like only the one who have sailed around 2,500 in yacht, like in their own ship, and they have the license.
Oh, bullshit. I did a mistake. I'm sorry. I'm showing it back. Rejoin.
So you might have got a copy.
No, he's back.
I've closed on. I clicked on the closed window by mistake. I was closing some other window and I clicked on this one. Yeah, it's been a while, so I lost the practice too.
Okay.
भाई कोई तो अभी तो कोई किसी को एक भूतिया कहानी बताना होगा. Someone has to narrate something now. Since Vishal is the new person here, I guess Vishal, it's time you have to share something new.
So actually, I have one such incident happened with my friend actually.
Okay.
So his mother actually, before he was born, the story is before he was born, when his mother was pregnant, they took a rented house somewhere in my area, in my city, in Karnataka, North Karnataka. And what happened was they didn't know anything about the rented area. They just took it, and usually we see this kind of stories in like movies and everything, right? So similar incident happened with them actually. Midnight around like 2 o'clock or something. Her mother, she woke up for some like she had some light sleep and she just opened her eyes, and there was one. She saw a young lady hanging from the fan.
What the?
Actual instant it is.
Okay.
I was actually shocked
Oh.
because I usually see these kind of stories in
Yeah.
movies, so I was
Yeah.
literally shocked. And like she screamed, and then everyone came, and it was not there. Then after that day, like few days, they were actually asked the area and everything, and later they came to know that there was some young lady who actually died in that place hanging. Later they came to know that they didn't know actually about this anymore. They later came to know that. This was one story. Then actually they left that area.
Yeah, I was about to ask were they still staying or did they leave after that? And yeah.
Yeah, that was one story. I mean, there are some others also which I have seen, which I have not experienced. But there was another incident with my another friend who lives in Bangalore. Actually, she's actually from Andhra,
Okay.
but their parents and everything are like living in Bangalore. Now they have again shifted. Again they have shifted. The story was like they have visited their relative's house actually, and there's kind of weird incidents happening in that in that house when they visited. Uh, like she was not there. Her mother, then like their nephew and father's side or mother's side relatives, they were there. They were like all staying in that house. And what actually happened was, it seems that that was a new area. That was a new house they took actually. It was like for we usually go and sometimes we live in that house, right? For what you can say, like after the take a new house and this home warming ceremony or something, house warming ceremony will be there, right? Something like that. Months after, what happened was it was night time, and uh, each of them, like two of them, were like living in one room. Like all the females, two of the females were living in one room, like her mother and her her sister or something like that. And then suddenly, what happened was she got a call from other room. There was adjacent room. They got a call from there saying that like uh, they said that why are you banging our door? Like it's midnight, right? Someone was banging the door inside the house. Someone was banging the door, and they just called. Like when they asked who was it, when they banged the door, no one answered. But the voice was from the someone else who was living in that house. And she called her and she was saying that I'm not there inside. I'm like sleeping in my room. I don't know who is banging your door. They were like they were like literally scared at that time. I think you understood what I'm trying to tell,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So such things happen over like 2 to 3 days, and then like everyone left out. No one was there. There were only two females in the entire house. I don't know like who else. And everything was locked. Everything was locked. Whole house was locked. There was only one entrance, and that house was in second floor. How is it possible?
But did they try to figure out? I mean, when they left, did they vacate the house and they leave, or did they
I think they might have vacated the house because it's a very old story. It happened around like some 2 3 years back.
2 3 years back is quite recent, man. That's not old.
Yeah, so exactly because no, this story is actually narrated by her mother to her, and she's narrating it to me.
Oh,
So
okay,
actually, you can say,
okay, that way, yeah.
so this is what has happened.
Where
And
exactly in? Oh, sorry, yeah, please go ahead.
I don't know exactly. I mean, I think this happened in Andhra Pradesh. I think. I don't actually remember the place where she has mentioned it
Oh,
because
I
I
mean,
never.
the story, whatever you talked about, the lady.
That one. I think that one happened in Bijapur,
Oh, Bijapur.
Vijaypura, Vijaypura in
That's in
Karnataka.
Bangalore itself.
No, no, in Karnataka, Vijaypura, North Karnataka it is.
Oh,
Bangalore is in South Karnataka.
oh, okay. Because long back, I mean, when in the start, a few years back, when we started these sessions, right? One of the there's a lady who joined these sessions and she narrated a similar sort of story, and that happened to her in 2019. 2019,
2009.
2000, somewhere around 2019, just before COVID. I started doing these sessions in 2021, 2022. She joined these sessions, and there is the story is one of the best stories, in the way, best stories in the sense the experience, whatever she has gone through is really bad. That shouldn't happen to anyone. That is so sad for, but that is one of the scariest stories that we have heard in this one. That happened in Bangalore. When you said Karnataka, I was waiting for it. It was a similar sort of story. You can look, if you look into our channel, right? There is a three-part story, haunted flat in Bangalore karke. There's a three-part story which I've uploaded there in the shorts. It's a similar sort of story. So there is a couple whose wife is expecting. She's pregnant. They're expecting. So they moved recently. Whitefields, mein. In the Whitefields, she told us the apartment name. I've shown that apartment, or we have seen that apartment on Google Map. She has shown us what floor she was living in, what flat she was living in. She has shown us everything. I did not telecast that. It was just the voice I've telecasted to on the live, whatever the video we have. It's a similar sort of story. She's expecting, she is carrying, and her wife, her husband, and her mother-in-law, they've got there's a big house somewhere in Whitefields, not a big standalone apartment, a big standalone apartment. They were getting it for very cheaper rent for 20,000. 2019, in 2019 is way too cheap for a 3 BHK, that too in Whitefields.
Oh, 3 BHK, night, right? Okay.
That's a 3 BHK. That's because the friend whom she referred this house is the friend of the owner of the house as well. So she said, I got a friend who owns a house here. They stay somewhere in the US, in the States, somewhere in the outside. So they want to rent this house. Okay. So they were like, okay, we'll see the house. So when they went to see the house, the moment she entered, she felt a presence. She felt a negative presence, and she was in there. And she actually saw a black silhouette in the house, in one of the
What that?
black silhouette, a black
Okay.
shadow sort of thing on the in one of the rooms, with a lady standing there and with a kid beside her. And she told that same thing to her husband and her mother-in-law too, and they were like, maybe now, because we came in the during the, what do you call, in the midday, right? It was maybe during the summer season, and maybe during the, due to the heat, you're seeing, you're hallucinating stuff. Kuch nahi hai, we wouldn't get this nice house for this cheap price for us. Let's take it karke. They took the house. So they moved in. She started seeing that lady. She started hearing kids laughing. She started hearing kids running, seeing kids running here and there. She tried communicating that to her husband. Proper cinematic thing. Her husband ignored. He was like, "अरे मैंने तो कुछ नहीं ऐसा कुछ नहीं देखा मैंने. Maybe you're hallucinating. Maybe it's your just because you're in pregnancy, your things like that are happening to you." करके he was trying to just ignore her. After a while, she couldn't take it any longer. She has gone. She said, I'm gonna go back to my. I'm pregnant. I don't want to stay here. I don't want to take any kind of sanctions. I'll go to my mother's place." करके. So the in-laws were also supportive. They were like, "Okay, fine, go. That's not a problem." करके. Before generally they go around 6 or 7 months to their mother's place, right? So they left early. She was like, I wanted to leave early, so she left around the 5th month. But she was experiencing things even in her house.
Oh my God.
So things got carried there. Without she turning on, the fan was turning. The fans inside her room, inside her rooms were turning on. It seems even with the switch turned off, she was seeing things. Even in her house, she was hearing things. So she took a lot of stress. She lost her pregnancy. So she lost her pregnancy, and so she came back after 2 years. She lost her pregnancy, and she got really pissed off, and she was like, "I don't want to stay with you." She had a big fight with her husband. She went away to her mother's place, and after a month or so, her husband calls her, and he starts crying on the phone because he was staying all alone there. His in-laws were staying because his mother was staying with him because to take care of the daughter-in-law because she was pregnant. Because the daughter-in-law also went away to her house, her mother also didn't want to stay, so he was staying all alone in the house. So after a month, she left him and she went back to her house. He calls her up. He cries on the phone saying that I also started seeing that lady. I also started hearing the noises. I'm too scared. मुझे क्या करना है? Then she was like, when I said this to you, you said I was hallucinating. Now go fuck you. Like in those sort of lines. Like up. Then he was like, I'm too scared. मुझे यहाँ से बचाओ करके. Then they vacated the house in 7 or 8 months. And later on, they had a baby again. They had a healthy girl after that. After they patched up again. So when she was narrating this stuff, she had this agony, and she whatever she has gone through, everything, right? Whenever she told us, it was so bad to hear that. But this is one of the scariest stories. That's what, when you said the same story, I related to that one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Actually, the same girl
Hmm.
who I told you about this story, right? In Andhra Pradesh or something. The same story, she narrated to me another story. This is not much of a horror, but it's actually a bit weird. Like what actually happened was her mother was having so many health problems. Suddenly she started having health problems, so many health problems. I don't know why she started having health problems. The house was not haunted. The house where they were living, it was actually an apartment actually.
Hmm.
And they were like in one floor and everything. Everything was going fine because I lived in Bangalore for I think around 6 years. Nothing has happened over 6 years. One day, her mother suddenly started getting sick. She got admitted, and all that stuff happened. It was like she was not improving at all. No matter what to do, she was not improving. Then after, obviously, right? Like in any horror story, what happens?
Black magic.
Usually, you show it to doctors and all that stuff, and later it's the our own religious practices. We come back to it again. That's what happens, and in that. They went to one Swamiji. They actually, bought one Swamiji to the house, and like for those practices we do right in house and everything. And that Swamiji actually told that her mother was inflicted with dark magic. Someone from her relative side, because actually what happened was her father's relatives. It means my friend's father's relatives. They were actually very jealous. They were actually envious of her mother actually, because what actually happened was father's relatives, like whatever brothers were there, father's brothers were there, they were actually very selfish. They wanted actually their grandfather's ancestry land was there, right?
Yeah.
So actually part of that land belonged to him. But what actually happened, because of some legal disputes and everything, like they wanted to capture the whole land, their brothers. And even their father also, in spite of all the bad things happened to him because of his brothers, he still you know he still supported them. He still like, because they are our brothers and everything, and we should like support them and everything. He still did it. But his wife always told him that they're doing all this to you. Why are you even sending them money, supporting them and everything? And because of this, someone from their father's family like did dark magic on her. And when everything went, like she recovered. The same thing, even her father also, because her father, one weird thing was, in spite of knowing everything, literally knowing everything, that they did so many bad things. When even their father was like sick and everything, they didn't help. But when they were sick, their father actually helped like, the brother. He actually helped their brothers and everything. But he was acting very weird. In spite of all this, he still supported them unconditionally, which is very weird, which is not normal. Most of it, like most of the time, we those things we just normalize, but it's not normal. Later, when I actually, when we were speaking together, I told her that I think it's better to do mantra on your father also, once you being Swamiji, and do it from him also. And after that, later, what happened was, his father, he started believing what their family members were telling, and they cut off all relations. I don't know, like many I have heard like many dark magic stories, but this was one of the real stories which actually happened with my friend.
Same thing, similar thing happened with my friend too. Sorry, I'm cutting you in between. I'm kind of related. I know narrated this story again. This happened to me, a friend of mine, back in 2022. 2022, no, 2023, 24, 2 years back, couple of years back. She's done her MBBS. Now she was going to do her MDA. In the meantime, she wanted to try out in the movie. So she after her MBBS, she wanted there is this 1 year house surgeon sort of thing, right, where you have to do that stuff. So
Yeah, exactly.
after 5 years time, she wanted to take a break and she wanted to try in the movies. She've got few contacts. Her grandfather was also a big director back in those days. Now, uh, so she came here to Hyderabad. She used to live in Tirupati. She studied in Tirupati. So she studied in Bangalore, I guess, in Bangalore. They are from Tirupati, and both her parents are doctors, and they are proper atheists. They don't believe in God and all these things. They are proper doctors. They are proper science people. They never believed in all this stuff. They are like, so. Her father, they had their own clinic. Sorry.
Same me. I'm an atheist because I believe in developments rather than just scripting and idols.
Yeah. So the same thing. Her parents, they were doctors, so obviously, they are bound to have these kind of beliefs. Like they'll not believe in these such kind of things. They'll always be rational. And her father has got his own clinic. I guess her mother also works in the same clinic. And it's within their house. So it's a house, it's a clinic in the front, a hospital in the front, and the house in the back. So that's the kind of setup. And she's also she's done her doctor. She wanted to work in movies. She acted in a couple of movies, small characters. Now she has gone back. The movies thing did not work out, but her parents were like, okay, if you want to, but do your MD first. Complete your MD, then do whatever you want. So she came back. She went back to Tirupati to do her studies, to continue her studies. So to get into a college, she was doing some kind of course, or she was doing her house surgeon course also. She discontinued her house surgeon course. She was doing the training doctor course again. So while she was doing, she felt sick all of a sudden. She was a healthy person. She used to work out with us pretty well, and she felt sick. She lost weight, and being among the doctors couldn't find out what was wrong with her. None of the tests were saying what is her all vitals were good. The BP, the sugar levels, everything were good. All were good, but she was having continuous vomiting. She was losing weight. She was collapsing in the hospital while doing these trainings. She was collapsing in the during in middle of the sessions and everything. So things were going bad, and so I met her in 2025. So after she moved away from Hyderabad in 2023, I met her after in 2025. This happened in between in 2024. So I did not meet her in this while. So when she came back in 2025, I after we were talking, that's when she narrated. I had 3-4 months of huge thing happening in my life. Then said, why I asked him what happened. This is what she said. I was falling sick for no reason. I don't know what was happening to me. I was uh, collapsing in the classrooms. I was falling unconscious. I was vomiting. I lost weight. I literally has got. She was a healthy. I mean, she was healthy. She wasn't fat. She was a fit lady. She has got down to 40 odd kilos. She became lean, really really lean, and people were into make out her father is a doctor, her mother is a she's a doctor, and she is actually working in a hospital as a trainee doctor. No one is able to figure out what is happening. They've done all kind of tests, and she was literally put on ventilators for 2 weeks, I guess. She was in
Oh my
ICU.
God.
She was in ICU for 1 month. In that 1 month, I guess she was in ventilator for 1 week or 1.5 weeks. She said somewhere, and I don't remember. So when while she was narrating all this stuff, I jokingly asked, "Oh, so did you see? Did you maybe someone might have done some kind of black magic on me? Did you look into such kind of thing?" She said, "Actually, it happened." Karke bol rahe. She said, "It actually happened with me." Then I said, "What happened?" So her cousins and everyone knew in the family except for her. She got to know recently. So obviously she's the only daughter for her parents. So her parents were also trying to get her cured, and nothing is working out. So as you're saying, first they look into all scientific ways. So they'll
Yeah.
start going into the belief route, right? Because her the only daughter is not feeling well. She's not getting well anytime soon. So they started doing all kind of things. The proper Hindus who are atheists, who doesn't believe in God, they've started going to temples. They've started going to churches. They've started going to mosques. They've started going everywhere and everywhere, anywhere. They were offering prayers to all the gods and everyone. And while they were doing this, in one of the ashrams, they've met a Guruji sort of person. They've explained the situation to him. They were like, "This is what is happening to my girl," and her mother spoke to him. It's like, maybe I'll come to your house and I'll check it. He came to the house and he said, someone has done something on your daughter. It something dark, some black magic on your daughter. Maybe that could be the reason. And when they've asked him, can you help her? I said, that's not my. I can sense those negative energies, but I can't do anything. But you can always. There are people who can help you out with karke. So has given some contacts to those people. So they brought a few people. Two people came into their house. She doesn't know all these things that were happening because she was in the hospital. So as I told you, right, it was hospital in the front, a small open yard, and then house at the back. So while these people came in, the experts, the so-called experts, black magic experts, they came in. They said they've gone directly when they've looked at the entire house. There is a behind the hospital. There is a small backyard sort of thing. There is a bathroom and backyard, and there is a small garden. They're like, dig here, karke. So when they dug here, they found a bag. They found toys, all these black magic puppet sort of thing, the voodoo doll sort of thing, and everything that were tied with hairs, that were tied with her clothes and everything. I jokingly asked, and she said those were actually pulled out just to make sure, because they are still skeptics. They are still they're well educated people. They wanted to make sure who did this. So maybe these guys might have brought it. Whoever have come here to dig these holes, they might have brought it. They might have put there, or they might have. So they've looked into the entire CC footage. So they've got the CC footage of 1 2 months, right? So if they looked into the entire CC footage of while they're digging, what that place was never dug by anyone, or whenever when these guys were digging that hole, they never put it out from there. I mean, they might have hit it somewhere from there in the body somewhere. They could have put it there, but they clearly looked at it from the CC cameras. They literally took it out from the ground, and once they took it out, they said everything. It is her own uncle, father's brother. The same case, even again for the same. her grandfather has given, since she was the only daughter, he has given something more. So they weren't happy with what she got, and obviously it's because of the assets, and they performed all these things on her. Once these were removed, after a while she started recovering, and she's doing good now. She's back to being normal. So that's when I jokingly I was just making fun.
Black magic. So like Mayong is the one biggest black magic place, right, in
Yeah,
India.
Assam.
Mayong. Assam.
Yeah.
Like anyone knows like why exactly? Like any Tamilians here?
Nope.
No, right? Not Prasanna. It's not like.
Ask
I'm just
someone,
curious.
no idea.
No. I wanted to understand like Tamilians do like when someone die in Tamil, they have a celebration kind of activity, right? They carry the body with laugh and like enjoyment.
Hmm.
Like seen in the movies, like they create that dogs and pets of the bodies and they just carry it for the dumping. Like their burial is different. Right? They have that different tradition in Tamil.
No, I don't
If I'm
think
not wrong,
it's not the entire Tamil. Maybe few, maybe some.
no, that is a custom practice which is one there.
Oh,
Is there anything which is like
never heard of.
no? I've seen in the movies, right? Like basically the Tamilians, they like if you see their cremation not cremation, they also fire their bodies after the death, but they carry it with decoration and song and dance.
Yeah, but yeah.
It's a,
We do that in Telugu as well. We called it Uragempu, which means more or less like Bharat, where you take the body in the village or the like in back in those days in the village where the person lived in, they take him to every street or the main road he has walked in, and they take him to the main streets of the entire village, and then go and take him to the burial ground.
there's
Uh,
okay.
Huh?
So is there any belief in it? Like it's like the person revisit that place like for a week. That soul lives in that place and
No,
for a week or
I guess
something.
it's like it's sort of respect. It's like giving a respect to that person who lived. So while giving him a send off, we send him off like a big king. Like you have people, all these things. So that is the idea behind all that. What are you talking about? These dances and everything. Whatever the Bharat sort of setup where you take him and you carry him all over the street. It's more like you are giving showing him your him or her your
Respect.
regards. Yeah, that's it.
No, I heard a different story altogether. I may be wrong in this.
Oh,
Like they say that the spirit of that person lives in that area and like wherever they are carried
oh,
at the end of the day. So that is what I heard about, like from the one of my friend basically. He's a familiar itself. He said like wherever the dead body has been taken carried off, that 1 week the person's family should not visit. They should not travel from that place. So else that person will come along till their life.
oh.
And there is another thing in the culture, like Hindu culture. If suppose a person dies and that dies in a wrong date, according to the tithi, then that entire generation of the family can be taken out. Have you heard about this kind of?
No.
In Malayalam culture, there is like if you die in a specific date, like right now it's Karkadavav, like it's like when we say Ekadashi, Karkadavav, Ramayana Masa, right? So the person should not die in this month, basically. If he or she dies, he can take off the 5 people from that generation along with him.
Oh my God.
Never heard of
So
this.
that is so the month of August, like in the Karkadavav, they should not die. Ramayana Masa.
Yeah. I mean, who can? I mean, I know
That
people
is
are planning for birds to have child births for on a specific date, but I don't think anyone can plan a death to happen.
death, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is called like unoccasional death, uneven, like oddest days to die in Hindu culture.
Never heard of it.
Ramayana was.
This is the first time I'm hearing about this one.
Like, have you guys heard about uh, recently? Recent few weeks, I was interested in like some psychological horror stuff and everything. And like I was just reading some stuff, and some of the stories usually it will be like there'll be a family, and it suddenly disappears. Whole family suddenly disappears. There is no forceful entry into the house. There is a warm cooked food, like as if suddenly everyone disappeared. Like they say spirited away. And investigations happen, and they don't find anyone. There's no evidence at all.
That happened in Australia.
Like what exactly? I mean, do you know anything about this?
He's speaking of Aboriginals, okay? Aboriginals of Australia.
No, did you tell a story or did you tell like a news?
No, this happened
No.
long back. It's a news sort of thing, right? Vishal?
I think so, yeah, because I have read this in Quora.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
I also heard about it.
This happened long back. There are two such instances. One happened in Australia, one happened in US or Canada. I don't remember. I do watch such kind of videos a lot. So it was the same thing. Like the entire family, they were later found later on after a few days or few months. They left the house for no reason. All of a sudden they leave. They take a car and they leave, and everything in the house is just as is. So they found one thing. They found the entire family, and I don't remember this, but yeah, it happened in two such places. One is Australia, I guess. Yeah.
So weird.
I mean, yeah, it happened few years back. It happened in Andhra, Anantapur, or some place where a well-educated family, a father is a professor in some college, mother is a professor, father is a doctorate. Both their daughters were. Elder daughter was doing an MBA, or younger daughter was doing an MBA. Elder daughter was doing something else. I don't know how did they got into this kind of who introduced them to the black magic. I don't know if whether it's black magic or some ritual sort of thing. They started believing. They started doing few rituals daily on a daily basis. By the end of that day, the ritual was that to kill everyone has to kill themselves, or everyone in the family has to die, and they'll
That is
resurrect the day after. So
that is the Delhi person, right? Delhi story you're speaking about, like
this happened in Andhra a few years back.
Oh, this is south version of that story.
South version, yeah.
Okay. Even in North happened, right?
Burari.
Like people were
Burari.
hanging a Morari, same
11
kind of
people.
story.
11.
Yeah, Burari is 2000. That happened in 2011, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, this
Right.
happened in
11 people.
2024 or 2023 after COVID. This happened in Telugu.
Okay.
So how both the daughters, so mother and father, they died up. Both the daughters. The daughters weren't ready. Younger daughter, the father has smashed her with the dumbbell. Both the daughters with dumbbell, and then I guess the neighbors have heard the elder daughters or the second daughter's cries, and they've called the police, and then that's when they came and caught, and they were trying to explain them. These mother and father were trying to explain, like, no, we are now not trying to kill her. It is part of the ritual. We're gonna come back next day. Everyone is gonna come alive, karke. So they were trying to.
Same story. Same story of.
But everyone died in
Delhi
that family. Everyone died.
Yeah, everyone died.
Over here, both of them were both mother and father
Saved.
are arrested, and I guess they're into some kind of psychiatric this thing. I don't know how can
Morali also the same, right? Like 11 people died, and the person was reading the books. Basically, like Morali, no location. I
Yeah.
forgetting.
Burari
Burari is the name of the area, I think.
area in Delhi.
And that house was having pipes, 11 pipes also, which was identified. Like that is like the soul is going out from there.
No, I still, because see, when I looked into the Burari murder case, right, the highest education in that family was is the guy who committed this one. He has studied as a degree or something, or degree or
Lalit, his name is Lalit.
Lalit. Yeah, Lalit has studied till intermediate +2 or degree. Uske alawa, no one has studied there, and everyone were kids in that family apart from him.
So even the kids were studying in the different like nice schools. If I'm not wrong,
They were
Diwali
kids,
people
right?
had
They were still kids.
they were.
They were still kids. But what fascinates me, Burari is still, because that is a close knit family there who are doing business there. And there is one guy who Lalit is more like the guy who takes care of the entire family. Though he is the youngest, son, he is the second son. Yeah, whatever he says happens. He is the kind of the
Yeah, he is the patriarch.
patriarch in the family. But over here in the what happened in Anantapur or Tirupati, I don't know exactly where. That's not the case. This is a nuclear family of just a mother, a father, and two daughters, and both the mother and father are proper scholars. They're not even regular BTech graduates. They are proper scholars. And how can people like them can be influenced by something like this and commit such kind of hideous crimes? I don't. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if I can call it crime, or I don't know if you can call it this kind of madness. Who can influence them? Who can influence these kind of people? That is what my question
I
is.
think if you have like, even if they are educated and they have money and everything, na, they might have some insecurity or something, and someone must have caught it and like tried to manipulate them, like brainwash them. That is possible because even if like money you have, na, people still believe in stupid stuff.
It's really a brainwash. Like they are living in that zone for all together, right? So yeah, brainwash you can say like, but how can 5 brains go into that if it is a nuclear family? If I'm saying, how come they can believe into a person? That is
I think probably what I am thinking is that probably someone who is jealous of that family might have done black magic on them. Because of that, they have went like they become like that. Because such sudden incidences can be explained only by this. Otherwise, in psychiatry also we have something called acute psychosis. But 5 people suddenly having acute psychosis is insane. It's not possible.
you know, bipolar and acute psychosis is different. Like if a person in a family have a bipolar, he will try to ensure that story which is imagining or hallucinating to make it believe. And if suppose the second person start believing his stuff, he will also get accustomed. So in such kind of nuclear family, if you have a psychiatric issue with a person and develops into a hallucination, that hallucination have a dream circle. So if I'm not wrong, the people start believing on a fact which has been spoken about, and they will try to adapt in that culture, in that zone, and they will try to, yes, he's doing right, and the second person get influenced by third, and third will be saying, yeah, we are doing the right way. This is not a common, but
It might happen. We can never be sure about these things.
So yeah, this
I
is
mean,
Purushottam Naidu, a government college vice principal, and his wife V. Padma is an educated institution correspondent.
vice principal.
Daughter Alekia and Divya, 22, to death during a ritual at their home in Madanapalli. Couple believed the occultic sacrifice would resurrect their children in a pure form. Like, this is what is really fascinating, man. When Vishal was saying, right, these kind of things do happen within our places as well, man. But the what amazes me is that it's happening with people who haven't got any kind of, who are not exposed to the outer world, who are still in have got less exposure to the outside world, or who's still not really well educated. It makes sense because there are a lot of people who can influence them. But this is what highly educated people like them also can be influenced like this.
I mean, one
No,
of
but
the
we
things.
we can't tell their mentality also, na. Even if they're educated, they might have like that mentality of like whatever, believing in this stuff.
Oh.
I mean,
How
we can
far they can go for a belief, right? Like, they can go so extent for a belief. That is something which is a
Shocking.
limit which is
Yeah.
there, right?
I mean, we can see extremism in all forms. I mean, it's not common to only this. We have seen extremism in all religious, all religions. We have seen extremism even in science also. Everywhere extremism is there. But one thing, I don't understand is that even sometimes there was one thing actually, because psychiatric illness runs in the families, right? One of was like uh, it happened with my, like in my far relatives, actually, far relatives. So what actually happened was, uh, like it's a nuclear family, husband, wife, 3 children. Wife's family had history of psychiatric illnesses. I mean, they actually, uh, it was not like it was documented case of psychiatric illness, but they were, what actually happened was, uh, their brother, it means wife's brother, he was having certain thoughts as if like someone is gonna come and kill me. He was like literally believing that and very strongly. And because of that, then then that brother is like started living with the father, like the wife's husband for a few days, and he was like fine. He was literally fine for a few weeks because like he feels kind of secure. But later when he went back again, uh, after few weeks he committed suicide. He committed suicide. We don't know why he committed suicide. We don't know. I mean, even we have some personality disorders also. We cannot be sure because one thing which I have seen is that especially borderline psychiatric, borderline personality disorders are very common even among our population, because in India many psychiatric illnesses are undiagnosed. They're literally undiagnosed because people don't want to go to psychiatric doctors because of some stigma, and we see these things in the form of extremism as if like whole family committing suicide and everything. But yeah, obviously, because science is not everything. Even sometimes spirituality and divine things also exist. There's something called we call pseudoscience, reincarnation, all this stuff. They might also exist. We cannot be sure about anything actually.
Are you a psychologist by any chance?
We can't. No, actually, I have done my MBBS degree, and
Sorry?
I have completed my MBBS degree recently, like last year.
Oh,
I'm
you're a
just
doctor.
studying for my postgraduate.
Oh,
Yeah, I have completed.
nice.
But I do believe in this. Like, I'm not a firm believer of this stuff, but what I do believe is that such things can exist because science is not everything.
Yeah.
Divinity, spirituality forms a larger part. Even because greatest scientists in this era, in the previous era also, they are believers of philosophy and God. It tells us something about all these things.
There should be some connections between about that hallucination part, right? If you're
Yeah.
seeing the set of hallucination is like you are creating an image, a dark or maybe a brighter image. But if you see that darker image being in reality, and you assume, "Yeah, I have seen this somewhere," and that is actually not a hallucination. That is you're seeing this. I have predicted these things in the past and when I slept off, and that actually happened. So for me also, like basically, when one of my cousin brother used to say, "I think this uncle will die for next month," and when it happens, it happens. Like 2015, that uncle died, and a month ago he predicted that ये uncle मर जाएगा 1 महीने के अंदर. So when I spoke after the death, no, Sri, I have seen him died in my dreams, and that is the way he also died, and that is the way he's been carried on. When I deep dive to question what you saw, he said like he will be meeting with the accident and actually died by the accident also. The same story which he spoke a month ago before the uncle's death. So certain things is not a hallucination. You have a pre-image stuff, and it is a notification that this is going to happen. If you want to stop it, you can stop it, or if you want to pause it, you can also rectify that. That is intuition which we say. But when you dream, now certain parts of the dark and bright sides we have never noticed. We can just remember, yes, I saw this image, and I don't know what the story is.
My
Only the
sister,
first time I
I mean, really,
sorry, yeah.
no, nothing. Like what I was saying is that just intuition is very important, I feel. Because if you feel like something is going to go wrong, I think it's better to not to do it. I really feel that sometimes because sometimes logic is not everything. I really feel that because one such incident was like I told you, right? This my friend who is from Andhra and everything. Her mother is like very firm believer of God and everything. She does puja every day. Very firm believer. Whenever she says something is gonna happen wrong on that day, it will definitely happen. She actually told me because she experienced this multiple times in her whole life. Because that's why I
Same
feel
thing.
sometimes
Same thing.
we should just believe certain people, like if something is gonna go wrong, we should just avoid it. That's what I feel.
It's not astrology, but it is like a predicted mentality of brain. Like in astrology, you will make the science image. Yes, this star is this direction. It will fall on your head. It will slip off your tongue, or maybe something happen in your professional career. That's astrology. But when the person like this person's like who are ancestors in your family, like grannies and dadajis, if they say something, they have seen their life. They are observed.
I
So
kind of
that is
make my
way
sister.
far.
I make fun of my sister because my sister claims that she kind of back in 2006. You guys know that there was a tsunami, right, in India, the first time. So my sister claims that she has seen tsunami in her dreams before it came, a week before the tsunami thing has happened. I guess she tried telling. I still don't believe. I still don't believe it. And whenever one of my aunt died, and she said, "Okay, we don't really discuss this thing, right? Whenever someone close to us die, we don't because what if that happens, and what if they say that it's because I said it loud, it has happened." She wasn't ready to tell it out. But after my aunt died, she was actually telling it to my mother. I actually had this dream a couple of weeks back before my mother's sister died. My mother was like, maybe she's giving you a sign. I was like, I still make fun of her. You're maybe you're just after maybe just cooking stories out. But I still make fun of her for that. But I don't know how much of it is true though. Yeah, she keeps on
How
saying,
about Jeevana and Hemant? Are they a long time part of this team, or
who? What? Sorry?
Hemant and Jeevana?
Hemant has been joining. Hemant has been a core. Hemant and Prasanna has been
Yeah,
doing this for a while. Jeevana
Okay,
is
Jeevana is new.
Jeevana. Hi,
like it's been like close to what 2 years right now.
dude. It's to 2026. We've started this in 2021. You've joined this in 2020,
Yeah, no, I came a little in between.
2023
Uh,
maybe.
no,
2022.
24. I was staying alone at my house. 24. At that point of time, it was you and me.
Yeah.
My first session was where you put the movie Darna Mana Hai or Zaruri Hai.
Oh, okay. Then 2024, I guess. Yeah.
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 We were also planning to have a this higher series.
Yeah, we plan for everything. I mean I plan for everything and nothing happens though.
I mean, like I remember for the longest time that we were all planning for a meetup in Hyderabad for a horror movie.
Oh yeah, at least I've gone to one movie with me. A few other guys we have gone there. The second time, no one joined, so I just went all alone.
Happens.
Yeah. Jeevana, hi. Do you got any story since you're the new person along with Vishal? You've got any story to share? You can unmute. Hello, hi. I can't unmute. Okay.
So actually, there was another one thing which I don't know. I don't know whether it's real or not, but there are some similar incidents which happen in real life. There's something called Belmont case. Actually, I was seeing a playthrough of a game, walkthrough of a game. Actually, the game name is Belmont's Case. It's a horror game actually. The
Belmount,
entire
BTL or V?
W E double L MOUNT Belmont's Case. It's on the Steam platform.
Okay.
So just seeing the walkthrough of that game actually. It's very interesting. The way they have actually wrote, the entire game is actually story is actually very interesting. Was there is like a family of three, the family of three. There is a son's name is Ethan, wife name is Abigail, and I think the father's name is Eric or something.
Okay.
Yeah, that's one. So actually, what happens was like uh, the wife one day. So actually, the game starts. How the game starts?
Hmm.
An investigator comes to the house. Actually, that house is like a farmhouse. Actually, there's a farm and there's a house. It means they live there. They have a farm around and they cultivate everything there. They consume and they sell and everything. It's a big farmhouse, very beautiful. He's a private investigator who goes to the house at night and to investigate what actually has happened there. Why? Because the case is like all the three members, dead bodies are not found. They're just missing. They're just missing. We don't know what has happened to them. Entire like whole house is like, no, we don't know what has happened to them. No investigation has revealed any evidence, anything. And police have investigated, nothing has been found. But when this private investigator started reading the case files and everything around the whole thing, he found that something was wrong with his house. So he went alone at night. He started like taking pictures and various rooms and everything. Like there's a basement also and everything. He finds out, and later, later in the story, we come to know that the wife actually, there is actually one secret door actually, which is behind one, this bookshelf is there, like the huge wooden bookshelves,
Hmm.
like portable one, you can move around.
Hmm.
Behind that, there's a door, and it is like when you open the door, there's a staircase, and it's going to an attic actually. No one knows in the house whether the attic was there or not. No one knows. When you go there, you actually find the dead bodies. You actually find one dead body, entire skin is peeled off, and you see all this, ritualistic materials there. Later in the story, we actually after this we find that the wife actually one day she was having a she was like she was making a soup and she went to the farmhouse. There's a greenhouse actually, and he started like she wanted carrots, and she started digging and everything, and she finds some some materials, magic and everything. And what she does that she finds that it is very wrong and it is like it's very dangerous. So she wants to burn them off. She goes there. She goes to nearby area where there is no huge in her garden, like in the land. She buries them. She doesn't bury them. She like she destroys it like burning them. Immediately after, what happens was the entire house gets haunted. It gets possessed by one demon. Whole entire house. She started hearing like hearing voices in her head to do certain things, and like she's trying to control them, but she's unable to control all those things. Later, what happens was she she doesn't know what she was doing. She ends up sacrificing her son and her husband,
Yeah.
and that's why the bodies were never found. There was only one body which was available. And when this investigator comes to know about all this, he tries to get out of the house because he experiences all these horrifying incidents when you're playing the game. I cannot explain like each and everything. He finds the evidence, then he later like runs off from the house, tries to open the main door and goes out. He gets killed. That is the end of the story. That's how the story ends up. The private investigator dies off. No one knows what happened. The truth buries with himself. That is Belmont's case. There are some real incidents in USA also, similar incidents where like the family was murdered and they found this ritualistic and dark magic materials in their house with certain sacrifice. It was based on those real incidents actually.
The like the man all these houses Conjuring and the Amityville, all these houses are based on those, and Amityville also is the same sort of story. Hello, Jivan.
Actually, I have heard
Sorry.
actually there was one I actually saw in there was one YouTube channel actually where I actually heard the story. I think it's in California. There was one house actually. Only two people. Wife, the mother and the child, a female child. That's it. They take a new house. They like live there. Everything is fine. Like obviously like in USA most of the houses are basements, right? So what actually happens for a few weeks everything is fine. They move to a new house. Everything is fine. But what she observes is that every night, there's a real incident actually which has happened. And this house is being documented by authorities, police, and even churches, like priests have come there and they found that something was wrong with this house. And they literally demolished the whole house. It's a real story that happened. Every night, she finds that someone is like walking because they're like mother and the child are like sleeping in the first floor. She is hearing footsteps in the kitchen. She feels that someone is opening the basement. Someone is walking in the in the ground floor. Like she tries to ignore it. I think she might be hallucinating. But this is like happening for like 2 weeks. And then later what happens? She goes and nothing is there. Later, what happens was
Hey, 1 second, 1 second. Sorry, I muted you. I muted the wrong person. Sorry. Srira, can you go on mute? Yeah, thanks. Yeah, please go. Yeah, Vishal, can you please continue?
yeah, so like these incidents keep on happening. One day what happens was her mother finds that the daughter has like, marks on the body as if someone has beaten her, like on the back, on the chest, on the hands and everything. But mother has not done it. Like she doesn't know what is happening. She actually, tried to go to the priest and everything. Like no one tries to come. Like no one comes actually. One day, what happens was the the daughter is actually floating in the air. She gets really shocked. She like literally she's floating off the bed. I mean, it's like entire what we see in horror movies, right? The similar thing. And uh, authorities they have filed, like the neighbors, they have filed complaint on her mother that the mother is abusing her child actually. So the child gets taken in a custody. After several complaints and everything, police, church, everyone comes and like they come into the house. They actually go to the basement. In the basement, they find that there certain dead bodies are buried in the basement. Who did it? We don't know. Some liquid was falling off in the basement, and no one knows what it is. Later, the house was buyed off like by someone, and it was like completely demolished. It was a real haunted incident. I think it happened in California, Florida. I don't exactly remember the name. This was one of the stories. I mean, where actually authorities got involved. Usually, most of them no one gets involved in it. Like either it's like you and me are talking, and that's it. That's where the story ends off. But this has happened.
Oh man, these are interesting. I read a few and Reddit. I to gather stories. I don't remember any of them though. I've read a really nice story recently. I thought maybe once I'm gonna do these sessions, I'm gonna narrate that. Now I don't remember that story. It's been a long time I read that story.
Especially in Reddit, we have very very good stories. Reddit's actually.
Yeah.
Uh, there was one. I don't know. Like usually in Reddit, like there is like common stories. I mean, one of the stories is that uh, like in some house, you are not allowed to go out after 10 o'clock. You're not allowed to go out of the house after 10 o'clock. They have a strict rule in some houses. Okay, this is one such story uh, where this, let us say this main character's name is John. Okay, we just name him as John and everything. So this guy,
You can go on mute. There is a lot of background noise when he's speaking.
so this was like, let us say we call this character as John. So he's a college student. He's like going and coming, and he has this friend and everything. But the thing is that particular, the thing about this, his friend is that he never goes, after he never hangs out with his friends for night out and anything. they have a very strict rule that they should not go out of their house after 10. He has to be within the house within 10 o'clock. After that, he's like, he should not even enter within 10 o'clock. And after 10 o'clock, they lock all their, well, the main door and everything else. They just lock it off. And he feels like John feels that okay, his friend parents might be very strict and everything, and that's why he doesn't force him and everything. What happens is that one day that this friend invites John to his house, let him stay one day. And everything is their parents are not strict at all, because when he went to their house after 10, it's like he saw that in their faces there was some kind of fear, some kind of they were very serious. It was not like strict parents. Strict parents, like, their behavior is different. Their behavior was completely different. They locked door and everything. Then exactly after 10, in that house now, in his friend's house, there are only 4 people. The John, his friends, and his friend's parents. That is his mother and father. That's it. No one else is in the house. What actually happens afterwards is like he starts to hear voices in the house coming from upstairs. Literally coming from upstairs. Literally coming from every room of the house. Like, voices are coming. Sometimes that voice is mimicking, his friend's voice or friend's mother's voice, friend's father's voice. I know sometimes John's mother, John's father voice. It's that we don't know like what that creature is. Like, it's just mimicking everyone's voices. And the things become so dangerous that like it tries to break. Like, they all get scared. They go into the John and his friend. They go into their room. They don't open the door till morning, because the voices, the banging of door, it tries to come inside the room, trying to trying to mimic different kind of voices. After that, John, once 6 o'clock happens, he just goes out of he never comes back to that house again, because then he literally understands that it's not that his parents are strict, but something is that there in the house which is like so dangerous. And they don't know why, because it is happening ever since their parents took the house. And they're doing it because one of their family members got disappeared and he responded to that voice. Whenever the voice calls and he responded, like, he just disappeared off one day. And that's why they're following that strict rules in the house. This is one of the Reddit stories, actually. It is like much more detailed, but I'm just like summarizing the whole thing.
There are many such interesting. The next time I'll also narrate one. Good. Yeah, someone was talking. Sorry, Prasanna, you're saying something?
No, there was similar story which I heard on that internet sets of podcast. Not
Oh,
similar, but like this same thing. Like you don't have to do this at this time, like that. Like, there is a neighborhood, and one family starts living in that neighborhood, and it's like mother, father, and boy and girl, like four people. And so like the community neighborhood people come to welcome them, and they say this, and they say that in the night at 3 o'clock, 3 matlab 3:03 pe, in the night or like early morning, there will be a whistling sound in the neighborhood outside the houses, like on the main road which goes through the neighborhood. And you just have to not do anything. You don't have to see what it is. You just have to keep the windows shut, doors shut. You don't have to see that. And they find it weird, but they say okay. And they, मतलब वो एकदम firmly they tell that you don't have to see that. Otherwise, either you will die, or worse is you will just lose your life. Like, even if you will live like a dead person. You will not talk, will not eat, nothing. And so they are like, yeah, okay. And also the good thing is, like, if you don't do that, like if you don't listen, like you don't see who is it, then good things will happen to you. Like the daughter in their house, like after a few days, the daughter has like some breathing problems, but she starts getting better and better physically. and everyone, like every other neighborhood, everyone has some good news because they follow the rule, so they have good news that कुछ promotion हो गया या फिर like similarly exam में pass हो गया, this type of things. So if you follow the rules, good things will happen to you. So you don't have to like see who it is or what it is outside.
Hmm.
And so this happens, and they follow the rule, and it becomes like a routine. They know that it's a routine. We don't have to see, and life is better now. And then one lady, like a neighbor, another neighbor who is old, like 92 years something, she dies. So another family comes to live there, which is like mother, father, and a son.
Hmm.
And so this son and these two children, because they're neighbors, they become like friends. And in these new neighbors also, they understand that we have to keep the door shut. We cannot see outside. And if we follow the rule, good things will happen. But the son, he is little curious.
Hmm.
What is this? Because he is like 7, 8 years old. So
Hmm.
he's like, I have to see. Nothing will happen like that. And so like one night when he's then the new neighbors, like the mother and father, they have gone outside like for some work. So he is staying with the this family, the original family, 4 people. And so he says to his friends, like that boy, that let's take the key from your father. We'll open the door. We'll see. Nothing will happen at 3 o'clock.
Hmm.
And that son says that I don't know where the key is. He says, I know your father keeps the key like on like somewhere. He hangs it somewhere. He tells him. So he says, okay, I'll bring it. But what happens is this guy who is curious, who wants to see, he had already taken the key from that room. So when the whistling starts, he he goes fast and he opens the door. And like because of the voice, the parents, everyone wakes up and they start running towards the door so that no one will like at least to shut the door or shut the windows like that. But and so somehow these 4 people, they don't see anything, but the main guy who was like the boy who was curious to see, he sees, and he doesn't move, he doesn't do anything. And like somehow they close the door, close the windows, everything is closed, but this guy is not moving, the boy is not moving, he's not saying anything, he's just petrified. And so they start hearing, I say, thud on the door, like someone is banging the door, banging the windows. They hear it everywhere, like all around the house,
Hmm.
on the windows, on the doors. They hear that someone is banging. Even when they go on the first floor, on first floor windows, they are hearing that someone is banging it. And like after like 2 minutes, like 3, 5, nothing happens. Everything is silent. But this boy, he's not doing anything. He's not saying anything. Nothing is happening. Then they call his parents, and the parents come. And like after a while, the boy is actually living like a dead person. He is not saying anything. He is not doing anything. Basically, the light inside him is gone. So he becomes like a dead person only. So that was the story on that subreddit.
Oh, these guys are they get these stories, but this is an interesting story. This happened again. This is the story from India, or is it outside from India?
The one that I no, this one is I think from US or something. The
Okay.
name of the story is Something Walks Whistling Past My House Every Night at 3:03.
Oh, these guys, whatever the internet said, so they always get the stories from Reddit, and these guys
Yeah, mostly.
mostly. And Kautik, only Kautik is the one who narrates it with a lot of expression behind it. But who was the other guy? Other, not others.
Varun.
Varun, yeah, Varun makes it more realistic as to he's
Yeah.
experiencing it. I like how Varun.
I have bought 2 books actually. One is Phantom's Howl. Like he only suggested it in one like in one episode. And another is like Satyajit Ray's ghost stories, horror stories. But like I read it like 1 or 2 stories, but they are like too long and I forgot. Like so I'll read and I'll bring next time.
What is the first one? Phantom House, is it?
Phantom's Howl, HOWL.
Okay. The Phantom's Howl. Okay. Is that a horror story?
All horror stories it has.
Hmm.
Mostly I think Bengali. Both are like Bengali stories.
Yeah.
like happening in Bengal.
Okay, guys. We'll take a break on this one. We had a great session, though I wasn't expecting these many people to join. Though the number is small, but we had continuous discussions. We were talking something or the other.
Good conversation.
Good conversation. Exactly.
I have a question. Did you watch the Backrooms movie?
No, I was. That's what. That's the reason I'm stopping the session early so that I can watch it now.
Yeah, I would like to know what is your opinion next in the maybe next
Oh yeah,
or
definitely.
next week.
I just noticed that it got released. I was just browsing to the through the channels on my TV. That's when I've seen Oko Backrooms on Sony Live Pay. Is it on Sony Live or is it on
हाँ,
something else?
I don't know. मैंने तो pirated करके देखी.
Okay, I just saw this and I wanted to play it, but I thought okay, I'll do it tonight. There are few good. I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of horror movies that are released recently. Like there is one.
Yeah. I watched most of
Hmm.
Obsession. I watched in theater. It was good. And then there was Lee Cronin's The Mummy. Did you? I think we discussed last
Yeah,
time.
yeah, yeah. It was a mix of Mummy and the other one. Which one? The Exorcism.
Ah.
Yeah.
And that Hokum movie, I didn't like that much. Like it was okay, but it was basic.
Yeah. I mean, it's less of a horror, but more of a. This scene is scary. This particular scene is scary in Hokam.
Yeah.
Only that bed scene. Apart from that bed scene, everything else is. But at the end, they kind of made it that this is all just hallucination. It is not true. Karke they try to make it in that way, right?
Yeah.
That's what I did not like. I mean, it is nice in one way, but I don't know. It was okay. Obsession was also the same kind of thing, right? Obsession is not a horror per se.
It's a psychological thriller mostly.
Yeah.
Has anyone watched this Evil Dead Burns?
Oh yeah, that also I watched.
Oh, I haven't seen. How is it?
It's bad.
It's good, but they have like this template only, na, that there is a book and
Oh, yeah.
like
Yeah,
if someone
somewhere,
says,
somewhere this wasn't as the other ones, and this is a little more gore.
Yeah.
actually I had watched their first movies also, 1980s movie. They are little like if you watch it now, it will look funny,
Yeah.
but entertaining still.
This has become this Evil Dead. This new Evil Dead has become more of a gory movie than a horror movie. It's more about
Yeah,
pulling the guts out, just ripping the people apart, and
yeah,
it's mostly ghost is playing with you. It's just playing with catch with you. You're trying to just run away from the ghost. I guess the previous movie, what Evil Dead Rise. I've seen Evil Dead Rise. Which,
yeah. I didn't like that that much.
it more seemed like they're just running from the house to the cellar and cellar from the other place, and the ghost is just following them. It's like playing touch or playing that one. What do you call whatever you call?
Hmm.
That's what I felt. It felt more like they fight with the ghost in this movie in the climax.
No, I watched one 1980s movie. It's called The Fly. It's very. It's I think you can call it body horror.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to see this too. But I'm gonna watch this movie now. Which one?
No, watch Backrooms. We'll discuss because I watched it and I will not give my review.
Oh, okay.
I want you to see and tell me.
I'll watch it. I'll see tonight, and I'll see if I can sleep well after watching the movie.
I mean, like actually, because I have heard about, like I haven't watched the movie, but I've like before the movie came, like I've read about backrooms and everything. But like, has anyone actually experienced it? I mean, like it's something I want to know. Actually, it's like so interesting, concept actually.
Haven't you ever been into an exhibition where you've got these mirror rooms and ghost rooms? Mirror room is more or less the same kind of thing, right? Did you ever go into the mirror room, mirror maze?
Mirror maze, like yeah, like once I have gone.
Yeah, it is people who are claustrophobic. I'm claustrophobic, so for me that is scary. Not knowing where the route is. at least the mirror mazes I've gone into, it is quite easy. You can easily make out where the turn is coming. But if you're going into a proper mirror maze, which is actually like a maze, that is really scary for you. Backrooms is more or less the same concept, right? It's like you're going and you're just not finding a end to your where you're going. You're just going and the rooms are just getting extended. I guess that's what the
Yeah,
yeah
true.
yeah
It's just huge. Like they don't know, and I'll not tell.
yeah.
Let's watch it.
That's the premise. It's like it's more or less like mirror maze or the maze, whatever. It's you don't find an end. It's claustrophobic for people like me. It's claustrophobic. If I'm going into a tunnel, whenever I go on treks, and if I'm going into a tunnel, if I don't see a light, I panic myself. I panic a lot. So that is scarier for me than the ghost.
No, but still here it's like because the space is so huge,
हाँ
and so it's more like कुछ आवाज आ गया ऐसा.
हाँ हाँ हाँ.
You'll oh, is someone there? Is something there? It's like that.
It's
I
a
mean, like, has anyone actually experienced it? I mean, are there any like, someone who has actually experienced it and able to come back? Like, any such cases?
I guess not. I don't know. At least I haven't heard anything like that.
Yeah, because mostly an internet horror story, but like, I don't exactly.
Not like backrooms, but you mean to say anyone has experienced actual ghost stories?
No, actually, anyone like entered back rooms and then they like came back
Oh
to
no,
reality.
no. I guess no. I haven't seen the movie. Okay, you're giving away the plot. Then. Don't. Let me watch the movie.
No, I haven't watched. Like whatever I'm saying is like only based on like what is there in the internet. Like I mean, before the movie came, like various levels and all that stuff.
No, there was one video on internet like I think in very long ago. It was just a video of those rooms, like yellow
Yeah,
looking rooms, and
yeah,
on
true.
that like that director has based it and made this movie.
It's the same director. It's the same guy who made that video. Now has made a new movie. It's the same guy. Both Backrooms and this one Obsession were video. These guys were YouTubers who were making YouTube
Yeah,
videos, and they wanted to make a horror movie, and they made it. Again, I guess Obsession was quite properly made for a YouTube movie. He was never trying it to try to releasing it on theaters on big screen. That's
Hmm.
whenever you watch in theaters, you are seeing in that 4:3 ratio rather than 16:9. It was made for a YouTube video.
Yeah, because when I watched in the theaters, the ratio was very different.
4:3, yeah. Like how we have seen Vishal, that's how you would have seen the movie as well in theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, chalo guys. Let's end the session today. Hopefully, you'll all join the next week. Hopefully, if I'm doing a session, you'll again join the next week too. Next week session.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And let's have better stories. And if I'm doing a session, I'll try to gather some stories, and then I'll narrate. Yeah. Hemant.
Also, there are some horror movies releasing in like few months. We can try to have a meetup in Hyderabad.
Insidious.
Insidious is there. Other Mom is also there,
Oh,
but it is I think in some months.
okay. The which is gonna come in the recent future is Insidious. Let's all go watch
Insidious, yeah.
Yeah, let's all go.
I think last week of August.
August, yes, yeah.
Yeah, actually, there was one. I don't know whether it was actually one movie which I've seen like many years back. I don't know the name actually, but I'll just tell you that it's a very small plot actually. The thing is that this guy enters, he takes one room in an apartment, just a one room, like I think some 2 BHK or 1 BHK room he takes, and it's like I think the room number is something, I don't know. Some weird things happen, and he feels like someone is like making a prank on him, and to catch him, he sets trap in his house. So many traps that at the end of the story, he gets caught in that traps and he kills him. Like he dies in those because of those traps. I don't know what is the name of the movie, but it's actually one psychological thriller, like horror movie. But those weird things, like they have not explained why those weird things are happening in the house. You feel like someone is like breaking into the house and doing all this stuff. At the end of the story, the whatever traps this guy has set to catch the culprit, he only gets caught and he dies. I don't know what is the name of the movie. Like someone knows, like
Yeah, I haven't come across this movie. Ever.
Yeah.
I'll just search it once. Like if you are meeting next time, like I can
Sure.
just recommend it.
This happens, or this used to happen every Saturday. These sessions. From last few couple of months, I haven't been doing, but hopefully I'll be start being regular again next time. So please do join next week's sessions too, and let's continue the discussion. And Jeevana, hopefully you'll talk the next week's session, and hopefully you'll have a good story to share.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, finally you spoke, man. Okay, super. Hopefully you'll talk next time too. Then.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Thank you, guys. We'll end the session today. Bye.
Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye bye. Good night.
Okay, that's the end of today's session. Bye. No one is watching. Who am I saying bye to? Bye. Stop sharing. End this session.